Well, these stretches that Laurel had us doing, in addition to helping muscles release and lengthen and help our focus on our bodies, it helps start waking us up to how we feel in our bodies. And a general sense of how we feel as we go about playing our instruments, as we go about doing our daily activities, is a key part to Alexander's technique. In our Western culture, we tend to concentrate. We'll concentrate on a shifting pattern. We'll concentrate on something we want the bow to do. We'll concentrate on a project. I see some school-age people here, you know, something on the computer, a report that's being done, or research. We tend to lose our generalized sense of awareness. It's nice to hear Alexander's story because it gathers a lot of the elements of Alexander's technique within his story and will help you remember what this is all about. Alexander was a Shakespearean actor. That was his passion and his livelihood. And he was losing his voice while acting, which was very upsetting because his art and his livelihood were in danger. And doctors couldn't find a treatment for his vocal loss or a cause. So Alexander, being a very independent-minded person, figured there must be something he was doing while he was acting that was causing this physical problem. So he studied himself in three-way mirrors for a long period of time. It's kind of hard to figure out what you're doing when you have no teachers, and he was just making these discoveries himself. What he found was very surprising to him. He thought that his problem would be localized to his vocal area, because that's where the problem was. He found he was doing something with his whole body which caused the problem with his voice. And he had been totally unaware that he was doing this something with his whole body. When he would go to act, he would pull his head back and down like this to take a big breath. And do you see what I'm doing with my body? This is, you know, quite a big movement. But he didn't know he was doing it. And that's true of all of us. The way our senses work is if we do something over and over again, we get used to it and we don't feel it so much anymore. So part of Alexander's technique is comparing and contrasting. So we'll do as much as possible with your instrument. So you can do a little bit with your instrument, and then I would do some guided movement with you, and then you find out, well, what's different? And a person starts learning, oh, that they might have some whole body movement patterns that have tension in them that are causing their hands to tighten up when they're playing the flute, that are causing their neck to hurt, that are causing their back to do this, or their shoulders, or this or that. So the two elements so far from his story are that most of us are not aware of our whole physical self when we're involved in an activity. We also may not feel what we're doing with our whole physical self. We could be really concentrating on getting that passage in tune and be building up a lot of tension that shows up later